Okay, let's see. Concord is a gift that keeps on
Getting
giving.
an expansion, not to Oblivion, not to Skyrim, but to Concord. I didn't expect it. Big
Hell
surprise.
yeah.
Here we go.
So, Bungie's got a new game set to release on September 23rd, 2025 called Marthon.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be this like co-op first-person
Labato, like I said, the people did not
shooter,
like this game
extraction
that
shooter
much
sort of
at
game.
all.
Players working together in what they're calling quote-unquote crews, which I believe go up to sort of game. Players working together in what they're
Man,
calling
she runs like a duck.
co-op
What is
first-person shooter,
happening?
extraction shooter sort of game. Players working together in what they're calling quote-unquote crews, which
There is barely anything to
I
show,
believe go
show
up to
that.
3 people.
Why
So
is you
potentially we'll have
already
like 2 teams of
zooming?
3 going up against each other.
Yep.
And they define the gameplay loop as
It's
Okay.
extraction shooter.
gather as much loot as you can and make it out alive. And reception for this game is already rather tempered at best, but many are saying it looks worse than that. For example, saying it looks really boring, really bland.
Oh,
and
let me know if the
uninspired,
video sound
etc.,
is
etc.
below.
Well,
I'll go
in a
high.
Reddit post from the other
I can
day,
switch
on
it.
Sunday, April 13th, a Marthon dev came out with a statement addressing the issues that people have in his own special way, which you'll see in
That's
a moment.
good. I mean, I'm glad that they're listening.
While also mentioning that he is a dev who also worked on the one, the only, Concord. Before we read that, let's get some more context on the
Oh.
public
boy.
reception. Here are some of the top comments from the trailer that I was just playing.
I think it's
Comments
fine.
At the end of
I mean, it's still on the early stages. I think when it comes out, I think we can figure out if it's gonna be good or not. I think I played Destiny, and Destiny character also looks in a weird way. Like you don't play Destiny for its characters. They look weird in that game too. So I thought it was the norm for Destiny. So I think this game's success or failure is primarily depends on what kind of gameplay they are putting on the table, I would say. Loki, hello. How you doing? Welcome. How are you? I'm doing good. How are you? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, that's what I think. Like, it completely depends on how the gameplay is. If the gameplay is good, they won't talk about this issue that much. But if the gameplay is bad, if the game sucks to play, I think this is going to be a massive topic that's going to kill the game. Pretty much.
is layoffs. Oh boy, hearing there's a new Marthon game out, then finding out it's a team-based extraction shooter took me from an elated high to a depressing depth so fast. Art style has changed a lot since the first trailer.
Loki, thank you so much for the sub.
Reading at the end of the marathon is layoffs. Hearing that there's a new Marthon game out and then finding out it's a team-based extraction shooter
What's
took
your
me from
sake,
such an
Loki?
elated
16
high to
months?
such a depressing depth so fast
Thank you,
that
thank
ancient
you.
Greeks are
Really
writing an
appreciate
epic
it.
poem about it.
Thank you
Art style
so
has
much.
changed a lot since the first trailer. Back then, the teaser trailer embossed a gritty, surreal, and unforgiving feeling.
Yeah, the original
an eerie
one was
to
pretty
say
good.
the least.
I liked
This
it.
trailer felt arcadey, plasticky, and casual. A very different feeling compared to the teaser trailer. This is quite conflicting.
Wait, let me show you the Destiny creator. Like, this is how your character looks in Destiny. Oh, I thought it was normal. You know? My god, they look like meat. Now I look at it. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is the best looking girl you can make in this game. Didn't expect the TTS? Oh, if you're sub, I think it will
And I
automatically.
love how the general vibe in the comments
TDS,
is that
I think.
everyone's just really underwhelmed.
I kind of
Alright,
forgot
with that
what kind of
context,
I
system
don't
that
think
is.
like the weird
It's been a
thing
long
about
time ago.
Marthon is that I feel like very few people are
They look like they are dead inside. True. Yeah, you can beat this. You can be a crash dummy, you know? In this game. Man, how do I play this game? That is surprising. Even for a robot, this looks like bad. Who wants to be like this? It's like a sculpted transformer you can buy in like a bargain bin store for like $3.
Super
My God.
positive about Marathon. There are some people who
Talk
are like,
about a
this looks
disaster.
good, but I feel like there's been a lot of people that are really negative about it, and there's been some people that are like kind of on the fence, and people that are just kind of negative, but there are very few people that are like super hyped, right? And I do find that to be, I mean, that matters.
Let's hop over to the Reddit post from
Yeah.
the Marathon dev, who's also an ex-Concord dev, and I'll be joining you over there in V2.
I don't know. That is like a major red flag in my opinion. So you actually hired a person that worked in Concord? Why would you do that? Like, what
Remote,
is the
hopefully you saw
goal?
yesterday's video where
Did they make too much money in Destiny 2 and want to write off taxes with the loss or something? This sounds like a comfortable plan for that,
what's going
you
on
know?
with
Destiny
that,
players
but
will
super
play it.
ultra quick TLDR. I'll be doing some videos in part with my V2 remodel, maybe entirely with the V2
The
remodel.
thing is with like Destiny is that I feel like you're going to get people. It's the same as like anytime Blizzard made a new game, people would play the new game, but that doesn't mean that the new game is going to like really last for a long period of time.
Model, or maybe not using the model at all. It kind of just depends, but the idea is it'll help me make more videos, get more content out there. And on top of that, it can also just help me get videos done more efficiently, because to be quite frank, it's less editing when I use the V2 model. I noticed yesterday, like I got that video done way quicker than usual. Not that my videos are highly
That's why I
edited
use
to
a face
begin with,
cam.
I'm not saying that. But regardless, more efficiency is still a good thing. Okay, with that all said, we're over here on Reddit with the title "Former Firewalk/Concord Dev Talks Marathon." Yeah,
Oh,
know
he
some
became
video.
a Vito. No.
Hey
Welcome
all,
to the
former
club.
Firewalk Studios dev here. I've been a long-time
Remember
lurker
this?
for many years and rarely post to Reddit/any
Jesus.
social in regards to what is going on with my life as a developer.
Oh, I seen this one. Everyone
After reading the
reacted
comments
for
about
this
Marathon being
himself.
Concord 2.0 on Reddit, YouTube, and Twitch, I just wanted to share a little insight into what a 40-year-old man is feeling after dedicating a large portion of his life to making video games.
You're not going to address the elephant in the room for why people think Concord and Marathon look the same. This is the problem that the professional gaming space has. They won't say what the problem is.
Ugly looking characters, especially the female ones. And there we go. You're welcome. Like, they're not gonna say it outright like this, but if they do say it, it's gonna be their career suicide, right? So they're never gonna say it and then they just beat out on the bush.
Everybody
You know?
knows what the problem is, but they don't want to say it.
Yes.
And that's why they keep making the same mistakes.
I mean, I guess maybe, but like it sounds like what you really want to do is
I mean, you don't have to make a character that's super sexualized or anything. You can make a normal looking character. You know? Like, that's what people want. Like, some games you can have a normal looking character and it will be fine completely. You know? For the problem with these modern games, the normal for them is a 3. But when a normal for most people is a 6. That is
try
the
and, like,
problem.
make people like think it's not going to be Concord 2.0.
Oh,
right?
no. Oh, no.
So for the past 17 years, I've been part of some great projects. But by the way, not exactly a compelling argument to be like, it's not Concord 2.0. We just have Concord devs working on this. Continuing though.
Yeah.
For the past 17 years, I have been part of some great projects and worked with some of the most talented people
Yeah.
who made me the dev I am
1.1.
today, excuse me. Many
What is
players
the
know about
problem? The problem is that the design of the game and the character design specifically looks weird. Like, I have the mindset that if you can't
Yeah, that
immediately
it
tell
is.
the gender of a character, you're probably doing a bad.
Like, I noticed one thing. Like, let me show you the trailer, I think. Trailer. What's that game name? Marthon. Marathon. Okay. Like, I noticed this, dude. No, not this one.
them from an
Like, he did an accent, but it was kind of weird, yeah, this one.
which yet survive, stamped on these lifeless things. The hand that mocked them, lifeless. Trunkless legs of stone.
That was it.
To welcome.
You shall her. Anything?
I like it.
You ever wonder what happened to
I
these?
mean, that was it.
Anything?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, this action. Like, let me play it for you.
And on the pedestal these words appear. My name.
That this is an action that primarily what women do in order to stash something that is, secret. Like, this is a trait that women does. Why this guy has lipstick? What is happening with this character? Why he acts like this? This is the problem. It just feels off, from normal. Like, this is it looks like a bra. Push-up bra, I would say. And then he puts the item inside his bra, technically. And how is he even holding it? Like, it makes no sense. What's this? What's this again?
On the pedestal these words appear. My
Like, that big of an item, it's not even... Like, it doesn't make any sense. For a person, this is obviously a dude that does this kind of action. Like, what is this? Sword and plane? But that's save everything? Yeah. And he just puts everything inside his man bra. And then it just looks off. That is the problem. Like, you can't even tell, differentiate if he is wearing that. Like this. Like, if this was his skin or the dress he is wearing, it's really hard to tell either. He doesn't really look like a human. It's a weird gay robot. That's what I can say. Let me phrase it even better. Weird gay goth androgynous robot. There we go.
Job with character design. And I think that American developers and Western developers at large have gone down this pipeline of creating a lot of androgynous,
Why are you
weird-looking
gay?
characters for I don't even know
Why
what
are you
reason,
so gay?
but they've been doing it a lot. And I think the outcome of that is nobody wants to play the game. Nobody likes the game. And I think that's what's happened in multiple games. Like, every single game that I see that's gone with this, like, more...
I mean, when I show you guys the Destiny character creator, right? Like, let me compare it side by side. Yeah, compared to this didn't look weird to me at first, but it seems like they've been plagued by this from the start. What do you guys think? What? This is a nightmare. This is a nightmare, man. Oh my god, I cannot believe this. How, it's just I didn't see it. Like, back then, I didn't know this was a thing with the Western culture. Like, I literally don't even know about this. And then I learned it. And then I thought how stupid it was. And goddamn, it was spreading like a freaking virus for every game that is popular. Like, God. Yeah, you are right. The same names. Shading and every damn lipstick. Yeah, it's very similar.
these words appear. My name.
Oh, that's the bra scene again. Never mind.
Uglified look
There
for
we go.
characters, or like this more androgynous, like
Yeah.
attractive character look. None of them succeed. They all fail. Like, pretty much every single time they fail. So if you keep making this character, and like this is the problem, is like even this development.
I mean, if you want to go for that route, I can show you one guy. Like Optimus Prime was like that. He was way over designed, but see, he still looked
Here
cool.
will not
You know, in the live action
address in
movies.
plain English what the problem is when everybody knows what it is, but we can't talk about it.
Concord and what happened with that project. Concord failed to inspire players.
Yeah,
And the message
let's have a normal looking woman.
and clear.
Why
It
it's
was
so hard?
gut-wrenching to see our project fail and be the laughingstock of many online.
Like, usually, here's the thing. If you are making a character in a video game, at least in the old ages, people put a character, like make a character that is the best version of them, you know, the extreme version of them, like a fantasy. That's why most of the older character looks way harder, way better looking, because the people who made it didn't look anything like that, but they want to be look like that, you know? That is the difference. This soul, you want to find the way you want to pursue it, just kind of sweeping into the Western culture, made people not to fantasize themselves in a better way, you know? That's the problem. Like, they just find the way you are and then you get something like this, you know? Nobody looks like this in real life, too. That is the funny part. Who looks like this? Who looks like this? What is this?
I have learned that
So
failure
weird.
is what drives me to succeed. No one feels as bad
Apparently
as the people
not.
who put their time on the line, hoping it will entertain the masses of gamers across the globe. Okay, pause. Did they really think? This is kind of like a rhetorical question, but like, it's still hard to believe. I'm going to change the point, actually. It's not a rhetorical question. Here's the point. It's kind of hard to believe that any of the devs who worked on Concord ever genuinely thought, like, oh, yeah, everyone around the globe is going to love
We're
this.
really
Like,
cooking,
maybe not
guys.
everyone, but, you know,
Oh, yeah.
gamers, massive gamers around the globe are going to love this game. My point is, how tone deaf could these people be? It's like, insane.
Yeah, like how delusional? Like how out of touch? I mean, he's 40-year old, so he's a boomer, so he doesn't know anything about modern people. Even then, wouldn't it? In Wonder movies, most of the actors looks way better because they have way more the physical for like especially in Tamil movies, like in my country, all the actors looks way better because they choose like that. It doesn't make sense for older people to be like this. I
I'm
don't
not
know.
asking for pity.
I wonder what kind of mindset they got. So they just want to normalize being ugly. I don't know. Like, what do they gain from that? Like, it's an interesting thought experiment. Like, what is their goal? What is their goal for making this?
Or even sympathy.
Like, I just can't. Like, it's just I can't even comprehend it. Like, it's like, I don't know. Do I have to improve my, like, do I need a bigger brain or a smaller brain to comprehend this?
Because
Like,
after
I
all,
have
this
no
is
idea.
the name of the game. You win or
Probably
lose.
the smaller
Well, you
side,
can't
but
expect
no,
to win 'em all.
no clue.
Oh,
Some of you probably smell blood in the water and probably want to roast me for no longer lurking and
Yes.
exposing myself. I hope you don't and see that people create these projects and work very
people create a lot of shit that sucks. People create pretty much everything
Yeah.
that sucks. How do you think it came about? 'Cause
Pretty
of
much.
people. Duh.
hard to be the next big thing. I commend them
When they
for taking
say, if you, yeah, like, remember what the definition of insanity is? It's doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. AKA me playing Dark Souls. So, if you fucked up on Concord,
Well,
and you're not telling them how not to fuck up, I feel like you're a little bit fucking insane.
taking a chance,
Bro,
trying something
insanity.
me.
that isn't proven nor guaranteed to succeed. It takes a lot of courage. Okay, bro. So let's discuss this point right here where he's like, I
Oh, okay, Grandpa, let us be on your chat. Take it easy.
hope you don't and see that people create these projects and work very hard to be the next big thing. Why do so many developers like this? Like specifically, it's usually like AAA devs who work on a game.
They constantly make these emotional appeals. I don't care. Put the fries in the bag. It's the same.
Man, talk about freaking to making a house. Put the rice in the bag. Let's go. Pack it up. Pack it up,
thing with
pack it
streamers.
up,
Like,
Grandpa.
oh, it's so hard being a streamer. It's so hard being a game dev. Put the fries in the bag. Shut the fuck up. Stop trying to guilt your audience into
It's
buying your
racist.
garbage. Make a good product, win, and then people like you.
My
it.
God. Yes.
Winners win, losers.
Obvious. Like it. You are not was having a charity here. You are making a business. You know, business like inserted from so I see it. You know, it's just good business, buddy. If you can't meet the standards of the people, pack it up.
Like
There it
Concord,
is.
they end up trying to have this like toxic positivity stuff, which
Stop
is
making
something that also
weird-ass
got
games,
exposed to
yeah.
Firewalk Studios, right? That was like
Here's the reality of this. I will tell you as it is. People say this phrase, you are fine the way you are, just to be polite. That's it. They do not mean that. They do not like that in the slightest. If you think that, you are delusional. Here's the harsh truth that snaps you back to reality. They just say it because they don't want to get into trouble these days, and they just be normally polite. You know? That doesn't mean you can be sad or ugly or don't wear makeup or something like that. You know? Or be weird.
a big point of contention, that they had this culture of toxic positivity, I believe was the quote. And it kind of reminds me of that. It's like,
I'm
oh,
gonna
I
make a
hope no
lot
one
of
says
clips
anything
out of
bad
this
about
one,
our
aren't I? But I think I am kind of holding myself back to not say certain things, but I think I shouldn't. I should be more genuine of how I feel, and then stay it as it is, and then let's lay it out, you know? Like, that's the kind of the obvious thing, right? People just usually say that kind of phrase because they don't want to be rude, right? That's a normal, polite thing to do in a normal conversation. It's only bad when people take advantage of that phrase, you know, and then go with the extreme. So, probably we should bring back the beauty standards, you know, the world beauty
our
standards,
game.
to be
You know, we're
honest. Otherwise, the gaming industry, especially the Western one, like, here's the reality, the another reality. You fucked up so hard with your shitty games with ugly looking characters that console from your country, a Western console Xbox, literally gave up. Quit competing. That's what you've done to your gaming industry. Think about that. Now I think about it, there is a reason probably why Cortana was removed from Windows because of these people were molding out against Cortana because she is a hot character. And probably that's what happened. You know? It's just ridiculous. This is getting it. Insane. Okay, let's continue.
people. We're
Yeah.
people that work on this. How is that?
It's
an
emotional manipulation. That's what it's going on. They're trying to emotionally
Yes.
manipulate the situation in order to make a person feel guilty for criticizing the game.
Obviously.
actual like counterpoint of any
Yeah,
merit?
that-
Like, hey, you're
that's
not
what's
allowed
happening.
to criticize this game,
It's
this
obvious
AAA
that's
game,
what's happening.
because you know people work on this.
I mean, Sonic is so funny, but people still play Sonic because it's a good game, you know?
reminding
Like,
me, it's giving me
make a
flashbacks,
good game.
more
It's
flashbacks from
simple
a
as
week
that.
ago of the voice acting situation with Genshin, where all these voice actors want to, or they feel entitled to like the public supporting their cause with the whole alleged
Yeah,
strike
everybody has
that
to
they're now
care.
calling a collective work refusal, right?
Yeah,
It's like, oh,
like
the
how they
internet should
do.
support us. The people, the fans of Genshin need to support us. We're
Like that's the funniest one. Like that Genshin fucking issue was a hilarious one. You voice acted the most annoying character in the game. Nobody likes your character. Paimon is the most hated character in Genshin, especially the English voice acted one. People just hate Paimon, and then you go into the social media, and then you talk about this kind of stuff. How do you think it's gonna turn out for you? You know, like, oh my god, that is such a
voice actors. We deserve
hilarious
your support.
moment.
And these people are like, oh, we're devs. We deserve the public supporting us. It just comes off so entitled. I don't know how they ever thought this is like an acceptable thing and like a good point.
Okay, let me calm
The
down.
reason why they think it's okay
I don't
is
want to
because
break
they live in
character.
an echo chamber of other people that only agree with them and tell them that they're right about everything. That's the reason why it gets so bad, and I think that's the reason why it's been so bad. It's because they're constantly insulated
Yes.
from any sort of feedback, and they view anybody like me or him or any
Yeah, they are in the cuckoo land, you know. Cuckoo land won't be agrees with every people, you know. Like that's pretty much it.
anybody else as these bad actors that take advantage of people.
We'll be making over and over again.
And like,
Uh-huh.
or
It's
like
some sort of gotcha against
racist or something
criticism.
like that.
And of course, the other fallback plan.
And here's the thing, right? And this is the, it might sound bad to say, but if everybody in the audience is racist and you make a video game and it's not racist, you're not going to sell any of those games. Like, whether you think that you should or not doesn't really fucking matter. Like, you want to sell a game in another country that's homophobic, well, if you have a gay character in it, you're going to have
Yeah, I kind of want to talk about that racist thing though. Some people just don't like it. Other race of people, I don't think the idea is harm about it. It's just their preference, you know. What now? People don't have I don't know much about, like, I don't know how to phrase it well, but what now? People don't have to, not allowed to have preference? Like, what the hell? You just have to love every race? Like, what is happening?
a bad time.
Like, preference is, what do you call it, individual. Some people like it, some people doesn't. It's just how world wants, you know? It's gonna be an issue. Then they are not getting equal rights or equal, what do you call it? You know, stuff.
That's it.
Then you can address that issue. So, it's just a summa normal issue is not a
So,
good
like,
idea.
it doesn't
You
matter
know?
what you think the audience is supposed to like. You don't get to tell the audience what they want. Actually, you do. But you
Yeah,
don't get to tell the
that it
audience
is.
that they have to buy it. That's the difference. You can put out whatever art you want, but you can't put out whatever art you want and then get mad when other people don't want to see it.
Oh, when we get
Yeah,
criticism, let's just say
pretty
it's
much.
like harassment. That's always one that they like to use too. And we got this. I commend them for taking a chance, trying something for. I think I read this already. My bad. Foreign to them that isn't proven nor guaranteed to succeed. It takes a lot of courage. Okay. TLDR. TLDR. I worked on Concord and did my best. We came up short. That's an understatement. $200+ million loss. Game closes in like 2 weeks. Was it?
It is a generational level
Yeah.
failure that will be discussed in 30 years from now, in the same way that we discuss Atari burying all of the ET copies in Mexico. Concord will be discussed 30 years from now as such a astronomical generational failure that it's a fucking warning to anybody else in the future.
It's like one of the
Yeah,
like
it's gonna be a
fucking
phenomenon.
Icarus with the wings.
biggest failures in gaming. And hey guys, you know we came up
God
short.
damn.
We did our
Technical
best.
level L.
I mean, dude, if that's your best, what is like? Who would want you to work on another game?
The
Yeah,
cautionary
that
tale.
was our best
Yeah.
work right there, guys. Here's now us working on Marathon. Don't forget to buy it. Like, okay, bro.
Like, it's so simple. Like, just make a character that's extreme version of yourself. That's it. That's it. Like,
We came
you
up
know?
short. Please don't punish others for our mistake. We are all human beings. Oh
We're
my
not
god.
punishing others for your mistakes. All we're doing is seeing a pattern. That's all. It's not a good pattern.
Uh-huh. What is that phrase? Walks like a duck, quacks like a duck. It's a duck. You know? It's gotta be a duck. That's what people are thinking about a
There we
freaking
go again.
marathon.
We are all human beings who are trying to create something special, and Marathon is no different. Be kind.
Walks like a duck, it's a duck, and people don't give a fuck. There we go.
And be cool, as video games are meant to be fun. How about stop acting like the internet police and just make a good game?
Yeah,
You
exactly.
apparently have all these talented people working on it. You got Bungie's AAA money with you too. But hey, people were saying this might be Concord 2.0, and dude had to
Sure
come out
seems
and
like it
apparently
is.
expose himself to make this damage control post.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Let's
And he
sort.
never addressed, keep in mind, he never addressed any of the complaints about Marathon. He never addressed any of the complaints about Concord. All he said is we came up short.
Well, no.
And that's the reason why these people keep
Yeah.
failing. Is if you can't identify a problem, you can never fix it.
I seem not like he wanted to, he can't want to, he didn't know about it, or he didn't want to. I think he can't. If he addressed that issue, he will be called names. He will be probably fired from his job. So he wants to keep his job, so he doesn't address it. You know? That is the problem. Like, in a workspace like this, it gets very toxic. If you try to be different, even if you tell you the truth, you know? Like, he was working in a private company, right? So if you do something that against the co-workers, they will bully him, they will probably get him fired, frame him with the wrong allegations, and then try to put a bad mark on it. So that's why most people are afraid to say certain things while they're in that job. That people like streamers like Asmongold and me, we don't care, you know. We just say it as it is.
And that's the
It's
big
that simple, you know. Like I can see what situation he is coming from. He's never gonna mention it. Like no matter what you do, what you say, that person is never gonna mention the issue. He just literally got if he who wants to sign a freaking resignation
issue that
letter
happens.
with this?
The comments
Yeah,
by
there's no
Controvert.
accountability. You're doing your best. No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're not when you put a fat girl in a game as a hero shooter, you're not doing your best.
Yeah.
You have
Fatter girl, bigger hit boys. Like it devies. Nobody even look at the logic. If you make a fat character, it's easier to see, and then it's easier to shoot at. It's gonna be a walking pinata. Why would anyone want to play this? Even if you let's just not talk about it, the ugliness or anything. Let's talk about it with logic. If you make a bigger character, bigger female character, it will probably have a bigger hit boss. It's more visible to the enemies, and then it's easier to get shot at while playing as that character. You know? Simple logic. Even with that game of logic, people won't play as a fat character though.
made a mistake. Everybody knows that. But for some reason, you want to pretend like, oh, I don't know, how could this have happened?
And take a look at what some of the Redditors are downvoting. We've got this one at the top, but actually first I'll
Can
read
you
this
move
one.
on from that? A lot of people are mad that I bring this up as a point, but I will make it very clear.
I think he should bring this up more often as it's possible. Because before he kind of gave up on between aspects, but I think this thing, it only breeds more mediocrity. I think it's a good idea. He's actually fighting it back. You know, this time.
No.
Which is a good thing, you know. He kind of gave up on the between aspect because most people didn't agree with it. But with this case, not many people disagree with him. So he's getting his word out as much as he
wants to
can.
look at a fat chick. Not even fat chicks. That's why they have filters to make themselves skinny. If you put these characters in your game, if you have ugly characters in your game, people won't want to play it. Period. It's a mistake to do it. It's an unforced error. in a market that's never been more competitive, you're handicapping yourself right out of the gate. It's a huge mistake.
Absolutely.
Though we can't ever 100% confirm anyone who comes to our subreddit, this account's user history appears genuine and lines up with this post's description. I'm going to leave this post up despite the reports, as while this has a marginal relationship with the actual game, the insight it provides outweighs any potential spam or off-topic content issues it provokes. Thank you for the unique insight, OP. It is immensely appreciated. See my follow-up comment. What's that? Addendum. Oh, is this the proof? People, when I said that we can't 100% confirm anyone comes to our subreddit, I didn't mean we hadn't done our due diligence. I meant that on the internet, one can never be absolutely certain. A 30-second glance at their user profile / history, a glance I did 17 hours ago immediately validated this user's backstory via their LinkedIn to the highest burden of proof we could possibly provide on a platform like Reddit. Please stop reporting this post and DMing me about this. Okay, I find it funny how this mod is like, oh yes, this post is so uniquely insightful. Such a insightful post. It's like, bro, the glazing, it wasn't very insightful at all, really. I mean, it's hilarious to note that this guy and others may have...
yeah, they didn't really add anything to the conversation, realistically. I mean, it was just like, don't be mean to them because Concord was bad. Like, there's no actual insight or, like, analysis of either game. There's nothing that's really being discussed. It's like, I'm sorry that we made this bad game. Please feel... Like, there's nothing about this at all.
This guy and other Concord devs...
True.
Ex-Concord devs are now apparently working on Marthon, but like aside from that, it's not a very insightful post at all. So I don't know. It just seems like some unnecessary glazing there. But let's see some of the most downvoted, most controversial responses.
Oh, geez.
Those are going to be pretty interesting, I'm sure. To clarify what I mean,
Okay,
by the way,
let's
sort
see.
by controversial on Reddit. That's a thing. I think it means like posts that are getting lots of upvotes and downvotes. There's like an upvote downvote battle going on or something. Sorry, but bland, homogenized paint-by-number games like Concord deserve to fail. Devs need to be reminded that AAA games exist to be sold as products. The first
You
reaction
get
to
what
the
you
game is a
deserve,
resounding
you little
meh.
shit.
Then
No,
rather
you
than taking
place.
it as an insult or ignoring it, maybe ask
You
why.
filth.
Then put in the work to understand the reason why people are not responding to it and try to course correct before it is too late.
They can't course correct. That's the problem.
Ignoring the issues, making self-pity posts, and hoping for the best is going to end just like it ended for Concord and Firewalk.
Yep.
You might not want to hear it, and this might get down.
Wait, what the hell is a firewalk? Is that a game? Let me Google that. Firewalk. Okay. Oh, I think it's the studio, most likely.
But
I'm
like
not
crazy.
sure.
But it is the truth and needs to be said.
Fucking based. Absolutely fucking based.
Main problem
Hell
with AAA
yeah.
games these days is that they all try to copy paste from each other
Bag your
because they are
fries,
ballooning
bitch.
their budgets on useless tech that no one asked for. That also has the side effect of being so performance expensive that it locks out half your potential user base. Example, ray tracing. This is very performance impacting, barely makes a difference visually, and making it mandatory locks many people with older PCs out of being a potential customer.
That's right.
No one cares about
That's
Concord.
one of the big reasons why Fortnite was so successful. It's because you could play it anywhere.
The sales prove that.
It's actually a really
Concord's
good
just
insight.
a cautionary tale that other devs should
What a
learn
surprise. A random Redditor understands more about Concord or more about game dev than a Concord developer. I mean, I'm pretty sure you could find a crackhead under a bridge that would do a better job at picking out characters for a video game than a Concord dev.
from.
I mean,
It should
that's
be an
just how
example
it
of
is.
what
Hell
not to
yeah,
do. And
totally.
this person gets -2 downvotes.
Of course.
So,
And he will probably die it himself and make it way more harder.
quoting the OP and saying, I commend them for taking a chance, trying something foreign to them that isn't proven nor guaranteed to succeed. It takes a lot of courage. Taking a chance with what? With making another bog standard live service shooter with seemingly no campaign? Going with a bog standard acid color palette?
Man.
Boldly ripping off another game in the
Acid color palette, that's the good wording. Acid, yeah. Whenever you watch one of these games, it looks like you're
genre
taking
without
acid.
counts of originality. Oh, I know. They took a chance with
100%
ripping off their own
based.
old IP for name recognition, while having seemingly nothing to do with
That's
it.
a good
so
one.
bold, so proud. With all due respect to the work you did on Concord,
There's no respect. He said he did visual effects on Concord. They were fucking garbage. They were trash.
My God.
That's why you're out of a job.
That's why I'm out of
and
a
I did
job.
assume you did your best.
Just
That
the
game
way it
is
Jesus.
absolutely creatively bankrupt.
But
The game
that's
didn't have
not
a
my
single
fault.
original
I didn't
thought
do
put
it.
into it. Marthon also looks creatively
they?
bankrupt. I'll be
Yes.
happy if I turn out to be
God.
wrong on that, but boy, will I celebrate if it brings the modern Bungie down. Conversely, though, you've got this person who says,
Having played
having
Concord.
played Concord for a good 30 hours, I enjoyed it. Wow, that's like 20% of Concord's life right
Wow.
there. Good job. The person really got some hours in while he could. But anyways, look at this. We've got a response where the OP responds.
Oh, God.
Says, they're really bringing out the heavy hitters for damage control, huh? The OP's like, my opinions are my own. And
No, they're not. You don't have any opinions. You are giving the industry approved, correct, empathy pilled opinion to try to guilt gamers into liking something that's garbage. That's what you're doing. This is not your opinion.
That
I
it is.
guarantee you, if you're a 40-year-old man and I ask you, like privately, with no cameras, no one recording, why did Concord fail? You could tell me exactly why Concord failed, and you would understand it 100%. But you won't say it publicly because you're
Bro.
afraid for your career. And I understand and I respect that.
Dude.
But what I don't respect is telling me that your
Exactly.
opinions are your own. No, they're not. And you know it.
this is how
You
I
know,
feel.
if we
Take it or
thought
leave
that
it.
everybody
And the
knows it.
response that
Stretch?
another
It's
user
not.
gives the OP, as well as this comment right below it, bring up the point that I was basically making earlier about
Yep.
the lack of insight, because that moderator was like, wow, this is so insightful. So these comments read, people will leave it. You completely failed to address all the problems with these games, and you're basically just begging for people to play your terrible game because you tried hard. You
This
got
is like, bro, this is like streamers that stream 8 hours
Oh, yeah.
every single day, and they're like, why aren't I growing? It's like you can use your head to hammer a nail through a piece of wood, or you can use a hammer. Just because you're working hard and it hurts you really bad to use your forehead doesn't mean that you're doing something that's worthy of any sort of praise. There are plenty of people who do stupid things in inefficient ways, and they fail because of it.
hundreds of
It's
millions
that
of
simple.
dollars
Wow.
and years of time, and you could not come up with
Investing in
something more
big.
interesting than another generic shooter, and you made it visually repulsive because of some weird man-hating ideological reasons too. And this one's saying,
Yep.
you didn't talk much about Marthon there, pal.
No, not at
3
all.
responses. Let's see this. Oh, the OP. The
Oh,
OP
no.
response says,
I didn't need to. No, it's not that you didn't need to. You're not allowed to. You know what the problems that people have with
Yes,
Marathon
that
are,
it is.
but you can't verbalize them.
Yeah, the second he does it, he will be fired. Instantly.
That's why you'll keep failing. It's the same reason why Twitch can't figure out girls that are doing sexual content on their website. The reason why Twitch can't get rid of the OnlyFans girls is because they're afraid to acknowledge that they exist. Because in acknowledging that they exist, they place a negative imposition on sex work, which is considered counterintuitive to what their worldview is. So they have to talk around the problem, and they have to address elements of the problem without actually looking at what the problem in fact is. And that's the big weakness that these people have, is that they keep having these issues where you know what the problem is, but you can't say it, and so you can't fix the problem.
me too.
That's it.
Search all the other threads on Reddit calling Marthon as Concord 2.0. I'm not your pal, guy. What the frick? What the heck? Antagonizing potential customers that has never backfired before because it is Concord 2.0. No need to talk about Marthon. And another OP response to this one right around here. There we go.
Here it is.
Okay.
Interesting time and place to come post this. The OP says, yeah, I sat by and watched the comments roll in while working at Firewalk. The comments are living rent-free, man. He's never going to forget what happened, the comments that people made about Concord. I had to. It's a matter of being professional.
Oh, yeah.
He says that this is professional. Ain't no way. I'm not
No,
going
it
to...
is. It is. He's being professional. He's offering empty platitudes, unconditional support, and an adherence to an agenda that's not supported by players. There is nothing more professional in the game industry than that.
sit idle anymore. Oh wow. Yeah, he's not gonna sit idle
Yeah,
anymore.
being
guys.
a
gonna be like
professional
Posts.
failure, that
Watch out.
I
is.
had to.
We've got another
Oh,
OP
yeah.
dev response.
Mhm.
First, the comment reading. I'm sorry, what's the point of this post? If you're trying to tell people not to be mean, then that's gonna make things even worse. The OP says, to possibly illustrate that devs are human beings.
Yeah, no
So
shit.
we
I
can't
thought it
say
was
that
an
the characters
AI.
look bad, or the gameplay looks boring. Like, what is this? I mean, what are you doing? It's this emotional
what are you
manipulation, bro.
doing?
Like, it's crazy how hard these people go with it.
Yeah, no one ever thought that before. Like, what the frig? Why you keep saying this over and over again, man? Like, I already addressed this point. I just can't believe he's still going off like that. Making a game for enjoyment and yeah, okay, enjoyment, huh? So you're working for free? Is that what's going on here? You're just not getting paid at your big AAA company. It's all for enjoyment.
I think they haven't realized being ugly is not a disability. You know, they should bring in the disabled characters into the game. And then maybe we have a freaking shot.
You know, you should feel bad
You
for us
know?
and support us, and possibly resonate with others' ability to have compassion and empathy.
Also, if you're making the game for your
Yeah,
own
I think
enjoyment,
being
why do you
ugly
need
is a
validation from other
disability.
people?
And then they want a freaking charity
Oh, that's
for it.
right. Because you're not. You're making it for money.
Like, what the fuck?
The gaslighting is real, bro. The
It's just-
gaslighting is real.
Give me money.
This person
Money,
says,
money.
It's
So
like telling a
stupid.
bully to have sympathy. I think this person's the bully, if anything.
They are.
I don't think people responding to these terrible games are the
They
bullies.
are. They are bullies because they're the ones that are trying to malign the people that are the complainers about Marathon that don't like Marathon. They're trying to malign them as some form of bad actor. And so, like, they're trying to make an
Yeah.
appeal to emotion and to, like, some form of, like, sympathy rather than actually addressing the complaints and the things that people think.
So I think the corpos are the bullies, to be quite frank. They made a
Yeah.
terrible game, Concord, and want to charge people $40 for it. And then
They're
when the game
gaslighting the whole
flops
gaming
and
industry?
people don't
Yeah,
want to
they
waste
are.
their money on the game, suddenly they're the problem, they're the bullies. Like, no, dude, that's ridiculous. It's not how that works. These AAA corpos constantly bash gamers whenever they get
I mean, you can cry and complain all you want with the game you make, and then like about the players that don't like it. But at the end of the day, if your share market price just tanks by like 80%, and then what do you call it? Your game sells for like 10,000 copies or something. You made a dead game. Like you were out of a job. That's what's gonna happen at the end of the day. You know, you can be in this fantasy land for all you like, but the reality is people just don't like this thing. No people in the world like this. That is the problem. You know? That's why Wukong was popular. They can make literally a monkey a main character and people will still make, like, you see the freaking funny part about it, right? The main character in Wukong is literally a fucking monkey. And people will buy it because they made a good game. You know? Make a good game.
when their
That
games
is the end
flop,
of
they
the
play
story.
victim, and it's all extremely manipulative. Let's go to this comment. This may be the last one we take a look at, unless there's another interesting dev response. Can we stop pretending that devs making the most generic games imaginable are somehow bull?
Like, especially a hero shooter. Like, you have to figure out what is the important part about a game genres. For example, for a gacha game, the characters are important. For a hero shooter, the heroes are important. You know, heroes and gameplay, you could say. You know, if you can't nail both of them, like you are kind of making a bad game. You have to do better in both of them. Story is kind of questionable. Like, you can have it, like a art of extra topping on the gate, but the characters, that's why Overwatch was a breakup success. The most of the characters they had was very good. Very memorable, unique as well. You know?
And brave. No other job gets
Yes, exactly.
a free pass like game devs whenever something bombs or receives criticism. I feel like they're being babied at this point. So tired of this.
It's so pathetic, bro. It is so fucking pathetic. I see this constantly. Like, if you can't handle...
Yeah. Imagine a cook who just burns a steak and he's a black cook. Do you think that black cook is gonna keep his job after he burns his steak? While a freaking buyer out or something? No, he will get fired. It doesn't matter what color he is.
handle
He's a
direct harsh
goner.
criticism, quit. Just quit.
Yeah.
Quit and go do something else. That's with streaming, YouTube, anything where you directly interface and you sell a product to the public. If you can't handle direct and brutal criticism, quit. Yeah, that's it. Like, and it will never get better.
All right, so yeah, those were some of the comments sorted by controversial and the devs' responses to those comments. Let me know what you think about that stuff as well as the OP itself. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed my coverage, and if you did, please consider liking and or subscribing. Appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one.
I think it's pretty funny to see this happen, and I think it's going to continue. Is that you're going to have these games and you're going to have like these developers that keep doing this and try to like justify it, but none of them have any ability to actually verbalize what the problems are and what the rebuttal to those problems is. And I think that that's like what I find to be the funniest thing about it is that every single time that this is discussed, it's always talked around rather than talked about. And so that's the big issue that happens is that these people are not willing to address the actual problems that the game has. You want to just tweet about PoE 2? Oh, really? Yeah, I'll link you guys the video, give it a like. But yeah,
Yeah, I think it became too political. Like the politics involved in gaming these days. And like one of the opposition's parties kinda has that politics, right? So I think that's why the developers don't want to get in their bad side or something like that. I'm
I
not
totally
sure.
agree with what he's saying. And like the game,
But at the end of the day, the people that get fucked in the ass are the fucking
like
players.
the
you
game
know?
developers trying to like constantly bank on people feeling sorry for them is so exhausting. Oh my god. Yes, it's crazy,
Well,
and I'm very, very glad to see people finally pushing back against this. It's not wrong, it's problematic. Yeah, exactly, right? And so it's a weak move. Yeah, it's just this guy's pretty good. Yeah, I watch a lot of his videos, and I think he's right about a lot of this stuff, but it's just really, really fucking funny for me to see this, man. Imagine buying a vending machine and totally that's totally bad, and then only caring about the people that didn't complain. Yeah, I mean, like, the thing is that a lot of the people working on these projects whose budgets are unseen in most industries besides highly public supported ones such as aerospace or defense or energy. Well, the problem is that this post reminds me a lot of the Park Screech. Well, what it is it's that it's that the people that are like I think that there's like a lot of like solidarity that happens. And you see this with a lot of industries where people want to project a degree of solidarity with each other. And because of that solidarity, they end up defending bad actions. And I think this happens a lot with streamers too, is that like streamers will sometimes defend other streamers doing something wrong.
my god, this man is boiling like not water. Look at this man. It's like a meme. Like he goes for like his side hair and then just does it like this and then covers his bald head. Holy fuck.
Even though it's really a bad thing
My
to do,
God.
but they don't want to say that because it could, it could make them look bad, right?
At
It's
this
like
point,
somebody that's
just shave
effectively,
your
like,
head.
on their side, I guess.
Oh
So
my
keep your
god,
face
this
on.
is
Some
sad.
people think that I feel like I'm very fair, but a lot of people, yeah, and everybody's gonna have their own decision about that. I'll be right back. Give me a second. Oh, and we even had I just checked my my phone whenever I went to the bathroom, and we even
Jesus.
have another bonus event. So this is me talking about Marathon.
Oh, okay. Let's see it.
Asmongold thinks that in Marathon, all of the female characters in the game, make sure that all of the female characters in the game are fuckable. Because it's a game made primarily for men. I think that pretty much every single circumstance, it's always a bad idea to make characters that are not conventionally attractive. Because this is, again, this is a shooter game, and shooter games are going to be primarily played by men. So if you're
Yeah, I just read a comment line. I'm not taking any advice from a dude who's 100% never been with a real woman. Who do you think who's gonna play fucking Marathon? You'd think of people that have woman play a marathon
You're
$2 a
making a
day.
shooter game that's primarily made for men, then you should make sure that all of the female
My
characters
God.
in the game are fuckable.
That is a
And I
person
know
that
this
doesn't
might
know
sound
who
crazy
plays
to
that
say,
game.
but I'm just going to say it. Yeah. That's what you should do.
That doesn't know who plays that
That's
game.
what you should
Yeah.
do. Because that's what people want to do. That's what girls will cosplay. Girls don't want to cosplay ugly, weird-looking, androgynous, creepy characters. And all of that, like, think about how much advertising
much,
Marvel
yes.
Rivals gets because of how many girls try to cosplay the characters. I think that pretty much every... So, let's read some of the comments. I'm not taking advice from a dude. 100%
He's
nerd
absolutely
with a real
right.
woman. Okay, if Asmon says female characters should look fuckable because primarily men play shooter games and all the males should also look fuckable for the gays. Well, yeah, of course you should have attractive men. So we have a lot of people, and Paul's even unhappy. I gotta say, I really did not see this Discord coming to Marathon. Like, I know I should know better, but come on, these are clone robot shell things that are practically Legos. It's parody at this point.
Oh my god, there it is. Lip Bozo. They just destroyed that comment in 2
I
seconds.
understand that a lot of people...
She doesn't even have a face, but most men would say would.
don't want to accept the truth. But regardless, I will drag them kicking and screaming to reality.
Hell yeah.